Howdy folks, this is DU Novice. I think you can see out in the background there is the alley off package pickup location. I am on the Chimera headquarters tile, and I wanted to give you a video today to talk about what's been done to these three tiles and what's coming soon for the Chimera organization. So I'm up on top of one of the skyscrapers that's been built here adjacent to the very large pyramid that is still under construction. And I just wanted to look down and show you some of the work that's been done. These runways have been worked on. The outer wall's been started. The outer wall is going to go all the way around this thing when it fills up all three territories. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. We've got some neighbors that are really building up big too. There's our pool and lounge area. Let's go over there. Well, hang on, before we go over there, let's go to the other side over here. I want to show you the other side of the runway's been built out and the parking ramp's being worked on over there. I just finished that this morning. Gonna extend the parking spaces up both sides so we can park ships adjacent to that. So that's how far out this is eventually going to go. And that's how far out the tiles go this direction, and this is how far out the tiles go in this direction, that on the other side of the pyramid over there. So we're gonna eventually pave this whole thing and have an underground city, so to speak, a cyberpunk type thing. We're putting there's actually a large skyscraper that's going to go in right over. Let me go over here and show you. So where's the pyramid? Okay, so it's going to go right over here. We're going to put in it's going to encompass 4 large cores, and it's going to be a large cyberpunk themed high-rise that goes up to 1 kilometer. And on the top of that is going to be our AGG landing platform. And inside that building, we're planning on having apartments where individuals can come in, take possession of a core that we put down, and basically put yourself a little suite in where you can hang out and live if you don't want to do your own territory here because you can't afford it or whatever. You can hang out in those apartments and you can park your ship here, and all will be good. Let's go down and look at this pool area. Now I could take the elevator down, but I'm going to do the high dive. Oops, I missed it. I'll have to go into build mode. Didn't get my running going. Usually I can land in the pool. Alright, so the pool's frozen over right now, as you can see. It's kind of cold here. This is our lounge area up here. Nice little liquor cabinet, of course. Comes in handy when we have our staff meetings out here in the open. The liquor cabinet, that is. And so we just hang out here. There's some new work that's been going on. I want to take you down here. This is a brand new development that just got started yesterday. Not much light in here yet, but we're putting in a big conference table here. It's going to have some nice scenic views out over the whole thing. So a lot of work this just got started yesterday. A lot of work going on. And so I don't fall through the floor, I hit my jump key right before I get to the bottom. I'm gonna go down here and show you some other stuff going on, some really cool stuff. Because it's dark here a lot, they've used a lighter color on the outside of the building. They're swapping it up. They're going to put windows in the high rises here. And then there'll be eventually a lot of stuff inside these buildings. But I want to show you the Chimera Industries for our factory is all labeled off. We've got these walkways going in up here. We've got the showroom is very much under construction. I'm not even going to go in there because there's not much work that's been done because the person working on that has been working a lot in another time zone, so he hasn't been able to get on much. So got some new signage and doorways going on. We're putting in the machines to sell stuff here. Right, so we're going to have all these dispensers hooked up to stuff in the Chimera Mart. Going to have stuff on display, the engines and things like that. We plan on opening this up maybe within a week or less, hopefully. Actually, Commander Taco's working on some new script to, I'll show you that. Let me go down to our storage area. How do I get down there? Oh, down the stairs. Let me go down here. We have vending machines. If anybody gets thirsty, you can come buy a soda and some chips. Maybe a little Debbie snack cake or something. This is not an area that people can get into, general public. This is where we're going to have all our storage lined up. I lined all these up here. This is the script that Taco's working on. It's set up so that if it gets below 50% of capacity in our container, this turns red, so we know we got to restock it, right? So this would be container large, adjuster large. So this is how it's going to be set up. There's going to be a container for members that are going to have the lowest price we think we can offer, which is we calculate the cost of the ore. What we do is we say, okay, we've got, let's say 7 tiles. Or let's just say 6 tiles, let's make it even. All right, I have 6 tiles of ore X. All right, each of those tiles cost me $3 million a week. Okay, so that's my cost, $3 million a week. And then whatever the schematics cost to build adjuster M, right? However many it makes, if it makes 100 and it costs 100, then it's $1 a schematic. But you know, you get the picture. That's not an accurate number. But we add in the cost of the ore that it takes to produce it, and the cost is based upon how much we have and everything. So the cost of the ore is actually pretty low because we've got quite a bit of ore right now for most of our ore, especially the tier 1s, and some tier 2s, some tier 3s, so some tier 4s even. But the cost will be calculated, based on the ore, the schematics, and then 10% over that, and then that's going to be the cost for Chimera members. Non-Chimera members can come over here and shop too, and for the stuff that we have in stock, it should be below market price. Okay, not going to promise that because we're not going to watch the market every day for every item, so the market can dip down and we don't catch up with it. So it's best to check prices here and at the market if you're buying stuff and you're not a Chimera member. And if you are a Chimera member and the prices dip so much that our prices are high, you guys need to come tell us so that we can readjust. So we want to stay in the zone or whatever. But this is how the signs are going to be set up. And there's software that he's writing, or Lua that he's writing, that actually uses this control board and hooks to the containers, hubs of the containers. Like these are linked to 4 of those containers. So if I hit B and go to my link tool, you can see those are linked to different, right? The board's linked to each of these. These are linked to different containers, and these are all linked to the board, right? These signs are linked to the board, right? And the containers will ultimately be linked to these hubs here, but they're not right now. He's just working on getting the script. But he's actually writing this script from scratch because nothing that's out there works really good for us. So he's writing this and working on it. Whether it's available for anyone else to use is going to be up to him. So I can't answer that question, so don't even ask me. We'll have to, and it's not done, so let's just wait. So I want to talk about market woes. Alright, so again, you can see we're putting a lot of work into this. The people that are building stuff, our res node now has a medical scheme here. You can turn this shield on and off to get in and out. You basically respawn there if that's the one that you have set. We still have our donation bin if you want to donate stuff. We have the VR arrival station here where you've arrived when you're in VR. You can go up to the other floors. We're going to have this elevator. It takes you up. On the level 1, it's going to be Atmo and space flight parts. 2 is going to be containers and storage, meaning fuel tanks and stuff too. 3 is going to be industry equipment. 4 is going to be building parts. And 5 is going to be honeycomb. There will be more later on. There will be some PvP stuff that gets added in at some point, and we'll get all that added in as well. I don't want to really take you upstairs too much because there's not a whole lot going on, but I'll take you up a floor or 2 here and we'll look around. You can see that he's already putting the dispensers out here. But again, it's all under construction. Some of this is pretty cool looking. You got a wide open view here. So let's take the walkway over, and we'll take a quick look at the factory. This walkway was built pretty nice. Again, this is not. Some of these doors are keyed to Legates only because this is all part of the factory. But this is our Tier 2 production level. If you go up, it's Tier 3, Tier 4, Tier 5. Obviously, if you go down, it's Tier 1. And then you got functional and level 0, basically, where you start out here. And this is our ore management system. This is not a system that we can give out, so don't ask us for it. It is proprietary is the best term to use right now, so we can't get that out right now. I'm going to go out the door here, and you can see that I'm right into the Chimera Industries factory building here. If you want to donate, this sign hasn't been turned on yet, but if you want to, if you want to donate, it's back there. I showed you the donation bin. If you want to sell schematics to us, we'll buy them at 10% over what it costs you to make it. If it costs you 1,000 lua to make it, we'll pay you 1,100, right? So 10% over. So, and here's the, you just go in this door. Any Chimera member can open this door, right? So shut it when you're done, please. There's no sensor on it. And what you do is you just claim your schematics. How do you do that? All right. So what you do to claim something is you right click on it and you hit claim item right here. All right. So if you claim it, this little head shows up next to it, and we can look at that and say, hey, this is the person that put this in here. So we know who to send the money to. If you don't claim it before you drop it off, we don't know who did it, so we consider it a donation. So, right? Please claim your schematics before dropping them in the container. Don't leave schematics that are already at 100%. If you leave schematics that are 100%, guess what? We're not going to buy them. We're not going to pay you until such time as we need them. So that could be a month down the road. Who knows? Be sure to close the door behind you when you leave. And this shows the what schematics we need the most. Anything that's orange is needed the most, right? And you can see which ones are worse. Large elements are really low at 20%. Small elements are, for Tier 2 small elements, are actually at 10%. We don't have any medium elements for Tier 2, so we need medium element schematics made, right? So if I want to do that, I turn on my schematics, type in element, and type it correctly. So Tier 2 medium element. So we don't have any. So I'll say, okay, I want to make some Tier 2 medium element schematics. So 1, 2, I don't know why it does that sometimes. I'm just going to make one of each for now just to show you. And here's what I want to show you. If you VR in over here, if you put your schematics in your nano pack, they're not available. You can't bring them over here in VR, right? But if you leave your schematics and don't retrieve them, if this is lit up so that this is done making and you can retrieve it, like it will be in 2 hours and 5 minutes for me. So if this button's yellow like the start button is, then just leave it like that. VR over, retrieve it, claim it, right? Claim the item and drop them in here, and as soon as we get it around to it, we'll pay you for those schematics, right? Again, anything that's 100%, if you dump it in there, it's kind of a donation, and whether you get paid or not is questionable, right? So if you put Tier 2 pures in there right now, you may or may not ever get paid for that. I don't know, right? We don't need Tier 5s right now. Anything that's 0% in Tier 4 we're not really using. We could use the pure material schematics, but we're not doing too much with Tier 4 right now. But all the Tier 3 and up or lower, I mean Tier 3 and lower, we certainly need that stuff. So if you want to sell schematics to the org, feel free. If you want to donate schematics to the org, use that box in that center room right there. I want to take you over and show you the Welcome Center. There's a lot going on. We're going to have some ships coming out to be put in the showroom soon. Some of the beta ships that were built, some of the ships that have been built since the release, we're going to be putting into the showroom. This is this is the Holland Mother Trucker, right? So Sensei built this, and he's got one of his ships on here. But you can basically use this as kind of like a space carrier, and put other ships on top of it, and load them in and take them out somewhere. But we have the gas station over here. We're also going to have our, some of you may have seen this when I did the tour before. This is going to be our non-member sales row here, and then for members it's going to be back here, Chimera members only. We are not, we are going to have tier 4 scrap, right? So tier 4 scrap, gold scrap is going to be right here for members, and it'll also be one over here for non-members, right? And that'll help a lot. We'll sell that as cheap as we can. If you have any gold and you want to donate it or trade gold for tier 4 gold scrap, come let me know. We can always use some more gold, and I'd trade you some scrap for it. You know, especially if you want to throw in some schematics to build the scrap. We'll trade you even. No big deal there. Just get a hold of me or Taco or Sensei or somebody or Zer or Knight Rider. Warp cells are going to be a while. We do need warp cells. We need tier 3 ore. We have miners out for a couple of the tier 3s. We have petalite, and we have cobaltite. So we don't have pyrite, and we don't have garnerite right now. We have very little garnerite. We have a couple of really poorly producing tiles. So we'd be willing to trade, I'm sorry, I got that wrong, didn't I? I was talking tier 4. Acanthite we have, and petalite we have. That's the tier 3s we have. But we're willing to trade acanthite or petalite, what we have, for pyrite and garnerite, one-on-one. You know, one-for-one trade. If anybody has any of that, just let us know. We'll be happy to set up a trade for that. But anyway, that's going to be the gas station here. So people can come use that. We have the Welcome Center that's been put in over here for everybody to hang out. Again, soft drinks are available and snacks if you need them from the machine. It's a pretty cool setup there. And before we go down into the underground, which has just been started, I want to show you the outer wall. It's pretty fantastical. Just going to jump over the edge here and look back up at it. So this is going to be a big hangar parking bay for anybody that wants to park down here, right? We're going to keep some of our ships down here. It's going to be a pretty nice setup. So this is not a real door. This is all fake voxel door, but Taco did a fantastic job putting this up. And it looks pretty cool, pretty intense. This is all going to be enclosed, and this is going to be like a, underneath all of this, it's going to be like a city down here, right? And there's even going to be elevators going up and down, obviously, so you can get up and down. Oops, there we go. I'm going to go back down, go back out. So this is all. This wall that you can see. Let me go to the outside and show you again. But this wall is going to be surrounding the entire city on the outside edge of our tile. If you turn on, you'll see it. We're right at the edge. Don't have room to put another core in here, right? And we're actually right up on the edge there with our item. So it's going to be pretty cool having that around the edge of our tile. And we're going to have, like I said, an underground cyberpunk style city going on down here eventually. That's a long-term goal, obviously. Let me go up some more here. All right. And again, a lot of parking areas going to be set up down here. But I want to show you the underground. The underground's kind of neat. It's not connected to a lot yet, but this is basically how it's going to be set up. Again, you need some drinks, then help yourself. Just got to have correct change. So this is what our tunnels look like under here. This goes back into that parking garage we were looking at, right? This is a room down underneath here, right? And there's that elevator that I got out of. There's another one there. Okay, now I'm lost. Where did I go? Alright, let's go this way. So there's going to be a whole underground metropolis here. Okay, so that's where we came down. And these just go on and on underneath the city, and then, like I said, we've barely scratched the surface. We've got room for expansions here and there, where we're going to be going into other underground parts of the Chimera city. So when we get done, we hope to have not only a showroom, not only a place where you can come buy stuff, but just a cool place to hang out, right? So you can get to the market. This way, it's all set up, and you can go up here, and when you get up here, you're going to be right in the center of the market, right where we started, right? And there's that donation bin again. Now, if I want to, let's go into a different part of the tunnels underneath the Chimera Industries. We'll go in that entrance. And again, we have some of these doors set up for member access or elected access only. Some are for member access. This particular factory one is just elected access only, but this is where the tunnels first began. Again, there's room for expansion both directions here. We expect, and there's again signs showing where the market area is, right? How to get to the market, right here. That's where we just were. Random pictures that I have not even seen yet. That's pretty cool. So we're going towards the showroom now, and this has got us into the pyramid, right? So this is kind of where we're at, and then underneath the showroom, I have some stuff I'd like to show you if I can figure out how to get down there. All right. So this is the. I'm not even going to try to pronunciate this, right? I can't pronounce that. But this is our private retreat for the Leggett personnel. So this is recently constructed by Commander Taco. This is our little room here, a little conference table set up. This table is, this is our, let's see, wait, no, this is our table. This is our sacrifice table. It hasn't been set up yet. He had it set up the other day and it was pretty cool looking. So these are the quarters of the Leggetts. This is Commander Taco's private quarters. And everybody has the throne, right, to sit in. And ain't no taco like a sexy taco. So that's Taco's private quarters. This is Sensei's private quarters. He changed his picture. He did have a karate picture up there, but he changed it to his two dogs. So, good on him. And he has his chair. Oh, he's actually sitting in his chair. Hey, Sensei, smile for the video. And then Samjaza. That's his golden throne because he is very entitled. and his picture. And then we have Kaveen, or no, this is mine. Don't think that's happening. I'm gonna have to change that picture. So this is Kaveen. This is kind of his picture because he has a character named the Gimp. So you can probably connect the dots on that now. And he's fascinated with toilet seats, so his throne is a toilet seat. And then we have Commander Zur and his foot fetish. And he has no chair because he's just going to stand up, I guess. I don't know what happened to his chair. And then we have Knight Rider's quarters. And of course we have David Hasselhoff, aka Knight Rider. So these are still under work. They don't even have the thrones in them yet. But this is all pretty new, so not much has been done here. But this is under the center of the pyramid. This is our secret Leggett lair, so to speak. But not so secret now that I put it on video. Probably will get around a little bit. So that's kind of it. I mean, that's what's going on. There's a whole lot more to do. But there's a lot that's been done so far. So I'm going to go into build mode, get up here, come out here. And again, that's you can see the showroom's really needs a lot of work in there, but it's the outer shell is up and we're working on some of the infrastructure in there. It'll take a little while to get it all done. So pretty interesting things going on here. We hope to have the kickoff and open up the Chimera Mart just real soon here. As soon as Taco gets the Lua right and we get some stuff loaded in, I've got the containers down there. All we have to do is fill them with products and we'll be ready to sell stuff. And the goal there is to say screw you to the market, because we're not big fans of the game market. Kind of a screw you to the market. We'll sell our own stuff here and it'll be cheaper. And also so that the money that comes in from what we sell should eventually make Chimera self-sufficient. Right now they're 100% reliant on our organization, actually multiple organizations, to support them and pay the rent, tile rent, and everything else. The goal here is to actually be able to sell enough product that we'll be able to have Chimera stand on their own 2 feet without having to be propped up by other organizations. So that's where we're headed. So what can you do to support that? Well, when you want to go buy something, be smart about it. Check the price at the market. Just hit J and type in, okay, let's type in military. So advanced military atmospheric engine large. So if you go and buy that from the market right now, it's 1.7 mil, right? Let's say we're selling it for 1.2 to members, or 1, or maybe even 800K, right? Check the price at the market. Do you be good to yourself, right? I'm going to tell you this. If we have not kept up with our prices at Chimera and the market has dropped below us, obviously go buy it at the market or come tell us and we'll try to lower our prices if we can. But our price is based on what our ore value is and the schematic cost, so not sure how much lower we're going to be able to drop it. But check the price at the market. If it's lower than at Chimera, then go buy at the market. But I have a feeling that most of the time, if not all, Chimera is going to have lower prices than at the market. So if you want to help us, buy the part that you need at a lower price from us. It helps you, it helps us, and then that money will go to pay the tile rent for all the territories that we have that provide the ore that run this factory, right? And all the fuel that we have to keep all that going and do stuff. So right now, we're running missions to provide for the factory, and if you look at, I'm going to show you a little bit here. If you look at this, there's a lot of territories that we have to pay $500,000 a week for, right? A lot of territories. And right now we're running missions and stuff just to try to keep this organization that's supporting Chimera up and paying for all these territories, right? So yes, ZVets is one of the organizations behind Chimera, and no, we aren't taking any new members, but we are supporting Chimera 100%. All of what we do, all of what we get here, all of this ore that we have, all of these, sites, and I believe it was, I can't remember how many sites we have. I'll have to pull it up on another screen, but there's a lot going on there, and I just wanted you guys to understand that that's what we're trying to do, is to get Chimera self-sufficient. So after we get the Chimera mark going, we'll have the showroom up and running, we'll get ships in there, and we'll have ships for sale. We'll have buildings like that gas station over there for sale. Then we can put your name on there instead of Knight's Nozzle. We can call it, something else, whatever name you want to come up with your gas for your gas station. And we can probably modify things around a little for you if you want to modify it around. But we're going to have some other structures, some basic structures that'll set up. And like I said, we're going to have that big high-rise right over there going up to the level of my ship. See my ship floating way up there at 1 kilometer? So that high-rise is going to go up to the height of that ship so that I can turn my AGG off and fall, a foot or two and be parked on top of that high-rise that takes up 4 large cores, right? So let's put that into perspective. How much is that going to be? All right, so there's 1 large core right there. That's how much we're talking about. So if you add the runway in, that's 2. And then if you add 1 more this size and the other section of runway there, we're talking about, that's how big the high-rise is going to be on the outside, right? So that's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun seeing that being built. It's not going to be something that goes up quick. It'll take a little while. But like I said, we're going to have apartments in there for members, and we'll basically put in a core, an extra small core for you, and give you permission in there. And within your apartment, you'll have permission to build on that particular core only. And you'll be able to furnish it however the heck you want to furnish it. And we may do apartment tours to see how people do their furniture and how they do their art on the walls and everything else. It'll be kind of interesting to see how that goes up. So, but this is going to be a relatively small structure, and even this one compared to the high-rise when it gets done, right? Because this pyramid is on 4 tiles as well. So if you take the base of it here, that's kind of a good view of, let me go ahead and go into build mode here. There is 1 corner of the building right there, right? That kind of puts it into perspective. This pyramid is on 4 cores. So if you take not only the pyramid, but out this far, all the way around here, and you look at this pyramid, that's what we're talking about. And now above this core, you'll see that it goes into the next higher level. So it's going to be interesting seeing all this stuff come to fruition and all this stuff come out and see what's going on here. Come on. Doesn't want to. There we go. So that's 2 levels high. We're probably going to have to go 6 or 7 to reach that ship. I'm not sure. It's going to take us. It's going to take a little bit of work, but that's the base of that, all the way, including the black at the edge down there, and all the way to the runway on this side. That's the outer, measurements of the cyberpunk themed building that we're going to be building. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be, kind of cool to see all this come about. Oh, and I just fell into the middle of the pyramid. I did not realize I could do that. Thought I could stand on the top of the world, but I guess I can't. Alright, so I I guess we're going to go ahead and call it at that, and I will talk to you guys another time, and hopefully you enjoy the game and what you're doing, and you're doing good on your stuff. And if you're just getting started and you're having trouble, jump in channel with us and talk to us, and we'll try to help you out as best we can. That may not be financially. If any of you wish to contribute to financially to Chimera support, then send money to Chimera, and we'll put it on the Chimera tiles, these 3 tiles here, or towards more factory equipment or something like that, or whatever we're needing to support things. But you can send money to Chimera at any time. We're not asking you to do that. We're saying if you want to, feel free. It's up to you. But there are no dues for members. We're not gonna solicit funds from you or anything like that. If you want to give them, that's your choice. So, all right. Everybody have a great day, and come on over and check out the Chimera facility. And if you need to, go into VR. Just type in Chimera, and you'll find, I believe, we're the only ones on there. And you should be good to go, and should end up right here when you come out. So come on over and take a look at things in VR, check it out, and hope you enjoy yourself. And we'll get the market set up soon, and we'll put an announcement in the general chat for this channel.